It's the hardest part of the ring. The hardest part of the ring. Sometimes you go over the top rope and then you bang your head on the ring apron. Don't do that. That's when you feel like a big dope. They're the worst bumps you can be taking. Oh, it's the hardest part of the ring. The hardest part of the ring. Sometimes you reach out for the hot tag, but then you go ahead and make your own comeback. That's when you should quit wrestling, and you're better off rolling in thumbtacks. AW, the hardest part of the ring. The hardest part of the ring. Now double claps. I can't hear you, Bob Squad. It's the hardest part of the ring. The hardest part of the ring. Ba-da-ba-da. Hey! What it is, what do you say, what do you know? Tip the wheel, try the waitress, how's tricks, how's the kids? It's me, Bob. We're doing another hardest part of the ring. We're talking about NXT, the Tuesday, the 27th of April, 2021, a Hulu edition with not limited enough commercial interruptions. They could have cut me off a few more times. I would have been cool with it. We would have been chewing the fat, whistling Dixie, waxing philosophical, shooting the breeze. Hip to that scene, down like a clown, out of here like Vladimir, chilling like Bob Dylan on penicillin, with a hole in your heart and a pain in your pancreas. You know the whole deal, guys. Good to chat with you once again. I saw a few of you have been enjoying my fun boxings. Okay, so what's going on? This is 2 weeks in a row I'm not doing Raw, so I felt I want to give you something in replace of Raw for the last 2 weeks. And I think I did 3 things just because you deserve it. Damn it. You deserve it. But I made it 20 minutes into this week's Raw. For the first time since January of 1993, whenever the first Raw was, like weeks before the 93 Rumble, for the first time in 28 years of every Monday, of everything we've sat through, of all the good, those couple of years, and all the bad, most of the other years, I broke. I couldn't do it. I'm 20 minutes into the Hulu version of this past Monday's April 26th Monday Night Raw, and I was so void of joy watching this, I just couldn't do it. Here's what did it. We opened the show with Hulk Hogan slamming Andre the Giant. that's not what did it. I don't know why that's funny to me. I hope that's half as amusing to you as it is to me. But yes, Drew McIntyre and stupid goddamn Braun Strowman are arguing. I guess they're supposed to have a tag match against the old Retribution guys. So the Retribution guys, Mace and T-Bar, have been assigned that role of 2 heels occupy 2 baby faces, while those 2 baby faces are inevitably going to fight. Okay, not the end of the world. Not a huge deal. So they start off this argument. I'm going to look up my notes here. Eventually, somehow, Braun says, "Hey, you know what? I'm going to wrestle the 2 of them in a 2-on-1 differently abled adults match. That's what we call it on the hardest part of the ring. All right? Stay woke." So stupid goddamn Braun Strowman goes to wrestle the differently abled adults match against Mace and T-Bar. Where are my notes here? And he does. So Drew, our top babyface of this program, just lets someone tell him he's not going to wrestle a match. Like he'll go to Adam Pearce every time he wants to wrestle somebody. Like every time he's mad at Sheamus or Lashley, Miz, whoever, etc. Drew goes to Pearce like every other week to demand a differently abled adults match. So they argue. There's a DQ with Braun versus the 2 guys. Drew breaks it up. We go to break, and I thought, oh, silly Bob, you fell for it again. It's like Charlie Brown in the football. You keep thinking it's going to work. We come back from break. No, we're having a tag match. And the General Adnan guy, that's not his name. Adnan Virk, but I think it would be great if they said he was the grandson of General Adnan, who managed Sergeant Slaughter in 1891. That would be hilarious to me. Then maybe they will. I hope they call him the General soon. I don't have much to say about him. He made a silly comment. Braun was on the outside of the ring, and Braun went to. I am going to talk about NXT, okay? But I just want to tell you, I just want to prove to you that I tried to watch this show for you. They didn't do the silly noise for Braun's train thing, which I'm surprised. They usually never give up on that stuff. But anyway, General Adnan says, I'm going to call him that. We're going to need a bigger boat, which is the reference from Jaws, the movie about the big shark. And Corey Graves rightfully said, what shark do you see on that comes in, or what boat have you seen that arrives on tracks? And Corey Graves is 100% right. I usually, when an announcer is new, I don't like everyone piling on him, the other announcers, but in this case, it was so, if it's really dumb, you have to acknowledge it. You do. Jesse Ventura made poor Tony Schiavone's life in hell on a few of those 89 broadcasts, but and he probably didn't need to do all of it, but you have to let people know because you can't make the whole, because if everyone else nods and along, the whole show looks stupid. Let's keep that in mind. So Drew gets counted out somehow. Our top babyface, the referee. Oh, something went goofy. I don't know if it was Drew's bad or the referees. I mean, I hate saying, "Oh, that was a botch," and I know exactly what went wrong. No, I don't. I'm not one of them. Either the referee went way too fast. I thought the referee, honestly, in my opinion, I thought he went 8, 9, 10, and then is what I heard. And Drew even looking at him like, "Duh?" But either way, so Drew gets counted out. And Braun is mad at him. And Braun does his power slam finish on Drew. So Drew backs out of backside of a tag to make it a differently abled adults match. Joins a tag, gets countered out, and this is the top babyface challenging Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania Backlash. Oh my God, they're calling it that. Why? Why are we not? Why are our babyfaces not allowed to have balls and brains? I don't understand what the problem is. And then we do Miz TV, and they sing a song with Elias and the racist guy who kept his job, but they kept the other two guys. They fired the other two guys. Damian Priest and New Day show up. They take a guitar case out and they throw a bunch of tomatoes at the heels. I actually was not hurt. I was not offended by this. I was like, all right. Here's what offended me about the tomato thing. Not that they took out tomatoes and threw them, like medieval times or vaudevillian times. Like, oh, we're going to throw rotten fruit. It's just really showing Vince's age, if anything else. Somebody wrote that because they know he's 1,000. But be that as it may, here's what bothered me. There's 3, not 1, not 2, 3. God damn announcers. With all their little quips and their quirks and their puns and this, that, and the other thing. And not one of them said, Miz, Morrison, Elias, whoever wrestled the match, I forget. Miz and Morrison against New Day and Priest will have to play catch up. No one thought of that! It was right there! It was right there. 3 announcers. Where were you? Huh? Got it. Fucking everything. Oh, Bob, easy. I mean, the Braun handicap, Raw starting with stupid goddamn Braun Strowman versus Mason T-Bar was the beginning of me going, uh-oh, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make this entire 90-minute action-packed version of WWE Raw with limited commercial interruptions, Hulu $7.99 a month, with original programming, all your favorite TV and movies, Hulu, it's TV in the palm of your hand. I'm not going to make it. They don't pay me for that. They'd like me to stop. So they do a 6-man. I forgot who won. I didn't write it down. I was hurting here. Sonya Deville. Sonya Deville is suddenly in charge, and she brings out Charlotte, who was suspended Excuse me. I'm choking. Hang on, stay with. I was having some chocolates and there's peanuts in them, and hold on. Okay, sorry, I'm back. So Sonya Deville is on this program. She brings back Charlotte, who's been suspended for a week on the weekly program she's on. Okay, she allegedly paid them $100,000 as a fine. That I could believe. And then Meltzer judged her body. Okay, Bob, easy. Um, and then Charlotte is forced does the fake apology to the referee, and also demands an apology from the referee. And they totally neuter him and make him look like an idiot with no testicles. And yeah, you put the wrestler over the referee for sure, but it was just like, hey, she's right because, and then Adam Pearce is backstage in 2 segments back to back, one asking Sonya what the hell, and then another one talking to stupid goddamn Braun Strowman. I don't know what he said, and that's when I quit. I saw Charlotte, who is terrific, in a nonsensical segment. I didn't know what I think it was setting up. She was supposed to wrestle someone later on the show. I don't remember who. I know she's got a thing with Rhea and Asuka. That was it. I was 20 minutes into the Hulu version and I shut it off. I watched something else. I don't know what. 28 years. Stupid goddamn Braun Strowman in a differently abled adults match versus 2 guys they don't care about was what broke me. And really, the next segments with the tomatoes and the 6-man and the Charlotte referee apology thing, because she attacked the referee the week before, if you didn't see it. Nothing was keeping me there. I tried. I think Miz and Morrison and the Elias, they sang a song for a bit and it was really long. And that's all I got. Tapped out. I'm going to try again. It hurt. Also, I have no more toys to unbox. This is the other problem, too. I don't know what to do. I'll think of something. I'm a clever guy. Let's talk about NXT. Okay, now that I spent 12 and a half minutes on trash in the program, let's get a little more happier, a little more positive, and it shouldn't be too hard. This was all right, and there were things in this NXT that I thought I was going to hate that were pleasant surprises. So that's good. That's good. We opened the show with Hulk Hogan slamming under the Giant. Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai make their way to the ring. Dakota wrestles Mercedes Martinez. I guess she's baby facing it now. Mercedes is great, believable, tough. I mean, clearly Raquel is the Jey Uso to no Dakota is the Jey Uso to Raquel's Roman. This is the mini boss you fight on the way there, which is not a bad role for either. Honestly, Dakota's really good in it. So Mercedes Martinez wrestles Dakota's Wedgie. I'm sorry, good God. And I was worried. I was curious on how they were going to do this because traditionally, okay, Mercedes would just beat Dakota pretty decisively and stare Raquel down to set up the Raquel Mercedes match, which is soon. If it's not next week, it's the week after. It's one of those. I forget. Okay, that's great. As much as I love Dakota, if that's the plan, Dakota and Mercedes were really 50-50 here, and they did a DQ. And Dakota's eaten a lot of pins lately, but it's kind of a role now for Raquel. So, I'm not judging it. I'm not complaining. They do a DQ on Mercedes. I think they beat her down, and that was that. But they made it. I mean, of course, whatever the finish was, and it's been over a day since I watched this. Honestly, I'm sure Mercedes was, they made it look like she had it won. We go to the Legion of Gimmicks, and they're the LOG 3000. They're talking to a blonde lady, and they receive flowers, and they are doing the standard LOG promo. They are overexcited like giggly schoolgirls and tripping over themselves to spit out all of their catchphrases, just like they trip over themselves to spill out 88 gimmicks. And they receive flowers out of nowhere with a card on it, and one of them says Dexter Loomis. I'm going to compliment Ember Moon here. She was always a good wrestler. I have no problem with Ember Moon's wrestling, really. Ember Moon accidentally showed for 1.5 seconds the most real and entertaining moment that I've ever seen. And I don't even know if anyone caught it, if she caught it. Ember, if you're out there, this was my favorite part of this. Ember and Sloppy Blackheart are receiving the flowers, and out of nowhere, Ember shoves them towards Shotzi's way and says, "I'm married," which we've never heard Ember say before, ever since. And it made me laugh because it was just a blank moment of non-scriptedness, and she just shoved them Shotzi's way. Like after all that, it was. Is it a fourth wall breaking? Maybe. Who cares? It was for a second, and she just went from can't stop hugging Shotzi and tripping over each other's catchphrases to real quick be like, nope, these are yours. I'm married. Like I want nothing to do with this. And that was fun. It was real. I didn't know she was married. I don't even know if she really is, but I believed it. She probably really is. Because she didn't say it like she was saying everything else. She wasn't saying it in the NXT William Shatner say your catchphrase type of way. She was just, no, I'm married. It was great. Um, I chuckled. It was good. Good stuff. Oh, the Frankie Monet chick. The kid from, what the hell was that show? Malcolm in the Middle shows up. Yes, anyway, well, let's go with that. The kid from Malcolm in the Middle shows up, who's 58 now. And, no, the blonde lady with the dog, the other blonde lady, this one is a dog, she, shoved her nose into this scene somehow. I don't know why, just to put her on TV. Cameron Grimes is buying jewelry. He has a lot of money, so that's what you do when you have money. You buy jewels, like a pirate or something. I don't know what they show Make a Wish. I'm not making fun of that. Escobar and friends are what are they doing? I wrote them down. Maybe they cut a promo. Oh yeah, they had goofy lighting or something, but it looked cool. I was okay with that. Escobar, Santos, the former 205 champ guy, and his two evil buddies are doing their thing. Bronson Reed is walking, and then he runs into the way backstage, and Austin Theory. I think that's when he came up and he said, "Hey, it's dark" or something. It was something goofy. And here we go. L.A. Knight is talking to a blonde lady. Cuts an awesome promo. He says Indy Hartwell was really checking him out, and Dexter's a loser, and L.A. Knight, he's basically letting everyone know, hey, I'm a sleazy guy. I want to have sex with all the ladies. I don't care. I'm not afraid to say it in 2021. I see a woman who's attractive. I want to have relations with her. He didn't phrase it like that. But he basically said, Indy, the guy you like, Dexter, is a loser. I saw you checking me out. He's full of himself. No respect for the women without being overly disrespectful in his language or whatever, being crass. Just like, hey, I'm the guy. And he was believable. He did one of the, yeah, at the end of it. He did the let me talk to you in the middle this time. He doesn't always open with it. That's the thing. I guess you can't close with let me talk to you, but sometimes it's usually in the open, sometimes it's in the middle. I think at this time he said something about the match. What everyone's really talking about is me beating Dexter Loomis and Indy. Let me talk to you. It was just terrific. Absolutely terrific. He is my favorite thing on NXT. He might be my favorite thing in pro wrestling right now. LA Knight, Kaylee Ray, Walter, Danhausen. Anything Roman does, but I can't watch. I don't watch SmackDown much. That's all my favorite stuff. Okay. So the way enters an Indy, Hartwell is sad, so she's like, Candace and Gargano are her parents. Austin Theory wrestles Bronson Reed. It was pretty good. Can't have the show without too many Garganos running around, I guess. They do a thing with Dexter Loomis and Indy Hartwell, and Dexter staring at her. Funny moment. I usually don't like the ha-has here. I don't think the way is particularly funny. I don't think Gargano was particularly funny. Candace can be funny sometimes, and Austin's growing on me with his complete idiot gimmick, but Indy says to Dexter, "You talk too much." Made me laugh. I thought that was one of those cases. It's the second week in a row that the Indy Dexter thing kind of distracted from what was a good match. First Dexter and LA Knight, in this case Reed and Theory, but whatever. I mean, even if it was a good match, it was going to be forgettable anyway. So whatever, they did their thing, and there was some kind of miscue, and oh yeah, Loomis shoves Indy out of the way when he thinks she's going to get accidentally hit, and Austin Theory ends up taking a big splash and getting pinned, and this means that because Austin Theory lost to Bronson Reed, one of the most predictable outcomes in NXT history lately is that, okay, we need to do another Bronson Gargano. I don't think Bronson's going to win it the second time either. Whenever they have that match, because I think the way needs Gargano to have that belt. Because I don't think Gargano is strong enough on his own to carry the stable or this gimmick without the belt. That's my opinion. Yeah, what happened after that? MSK Memorial Sloan Kettering, the cancer hospital, is backstage with Kushida, and they say things. And Xia Li, the sister of Xia Brookside, daughter of Robbie Brookside, had a thing. They showed her face, and she said some things. I don't remember what she said. Let me see the way again. And Candice said something about hustlers. This is what happens when you record the thing like a day later. I don't know what Candice said. Finn Balor is in Mexico on a vacation? What? Okay, but that's fine. But why are we seeing it? Why are we seeing Finn smiling and happy after he just lost this huge match WrestleMania weekend with his wife or fiance or his wife? I don't know. And then Finn's gonna be back next week, but here's his Instagram show. Why? Why? That doesn't look as menacing as he looked for the past 8, 9 months, and I don't understand why he's just chilling in Cancun or where the hell he is. I don't know where he is. Pete Dunne is British and very angry. Cameron Grimes, oh my god, this brought me pure joy. He's buying an expensive watch. Another hand comes into the screen with diamonds on the watch, and it's the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, out of nowhere. No setup, no rhyme, no reason. And he says, "It's $1 Million watch, ha ha ha," and he laughs. And Grime gets upset, and DiBiase walks out. And man, if there was a live audience watching that, there's a little live audience. If there was a big live audience watching that on the screen, they would have popped huge. Yes, it's a nostalgia thing, but listen, it was a worthless comedy segment, so you don't want the legend making the new guy look totally stupid. But at the same point, the same token, it's a silly segment. Like whatever. Grimes is supposed to be made a fool out of, and he sees the $1 Million Man showing him up like, "Yeah, you think you got money, kid? I'll show you money." That's awesome, and it's memorable, and it gives Grimes something to do. I don't know how they got. Was DiBiase just there, and they were like, "Hey, you're standing here. Let's do something with you," because it's very random. Um, Robert Stone is no socks. He's a manager of sorts, and he's got Aaliyah and Jessica something. They're gonna wrestle the Legion of Gimmicks 3000. Big entrance, big gimmicks. I didn't notice Ember Moon's hair is purple now. It was red and now it's purple. It's a new gimmick. So they get attacked by the two women from the way, Candice and Indy, and the flowers and the cupcakes or whatever go into Ember's face, and one of them breaks a flower vase over Shotzi's head. I don't know if it was Indy or Candice, I don't remember. And they just kind of cut away and faded to black and went to break and didn't mention it. I thought that was odd. Um, so a little strange. I thought it was really kind of silly for Robert Stone to grab the titles, the women's tag team championships, and hold them up like he legitimately thought they won them. It never makes any sense to me why they have wrestlers look dumb by not knowing the rules that the fans already know. Shouldn't these wrestlers and managers and announcers, etc., referees, etc., know the rules more than us? Um, shouldn't Robert Stone and his two charges look upset that they just got robbed of a tag title match? Or maybe it was a non-title. It was supposed to. It doesn't really matter what it was supposed to be because it didn't happen. But either way, Adam Cole cuts an outstanding promo. He's at a pool and there's a new announcer, and Cole is being a big jerk to him, making him wait on the phone. And Cole just cuts an awesome promo about how Kyle's still a loser and he carries not just Undisputed but NXT on his back. And he says, no matter whether I stay here or no matter where I go, he kind of drops a little goose egg there, a little Easter egg. I'm the best and blah 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 blah, and it was as good as LA Knight's. LA Knight is great at that 2 minute boom. Let me tell you why I'm the shit. And Adam Cole is great at that 5 minute. Let me reel you in a little bit. Let me take my time getting there and tell you why I'm the shit. Similar but different enough. So I enjoy them both. They did something interesting. And again, it's something different. Towards the end of Cole being a jerk to the new interviewer guy, they cut to. They kept the same audio from the TV, but this time the audio was coming out of a TV instead of directly from a monitor to the audience of Kyle O'Reilly in a room watching Cole cut that interview. The only goofy thing was Cole. They made Kyle do like a goofy nodding thing, like pursing lips. Not like why would he if he's watching it alone? Why doesn't he see the camera? I don't know. That's a little confusing, but I think he should have been just staring at it cold. But that's me. But it was something different. I didn't see it coming. It was just a little twist at the end, but it didn't hurt the promo at all. I thought it was still really effective. Everything Adam Cole does is so great. So no problems there. We do a 6-man. I was about to hate this. I thought I was going to hate it, and I was okay with it. So hey, the Evil Luchas and Santos Escobar wrestle the Midget Street Crew and Kushida. Kushida has no pants. He has tights. He doesn't have the Marty McFly jeans, but he has the vest and the thing. So he just looks like he forgot his pants because it doesn't match. It looked kind of odd. Be that as it may, MSK enters with the most indie-rific entrance to complement the indie-rific way they wrestle. They got their tongues out. They're over the top, hopping everywhere, hopping off the rope, hopping into the ring. Just hopping, hopping, hopping. Stupid hand signals. Every cliche indie thing. They might as well do the slide out of the turnbuckle like Tony Stark or whatever the hell her name is. Tongues are out, I mentioned. Oh, God. The heels won this. The heels won with a lot of dominance towards the end. They put Kushida through a table. They beat up one of the MSK guys. Eventually pinned the other one. Um, it was my favorite match of the two Lucha guys who aren't Escobar. They did a great double team maneuver early on. It was like a double spine buster thing. And both kicking. Oh, they did like the make with the wishbone, which you never see anymore. On one of the MSK guys, they just each grabbed a leg and made a wish, and so the guys kind of sell his groin. It's like dirty-ish. It's the right level of dirty-ish for a heel up top, so you can do it in front of the referee and not to get DQ'd. It's dickish, but it's not really illegal, so I kind of enjoyed that. And it's like a double drop kick thing afterwards, whatever. I'm like, okay, cool, because that looked menacing and mean, and again, not against the rules, but kind of dickish. So I was like, okay, that wasn't flippity floppity. Like, all right, I like it. Um, this was pretty good. Unfortunately, the three baby faces are not particularly my favorites, so I had a little trouble. But it was my favorite performance of Escobar and his two guys. So um, they did win end the show with the heels holding up all three belts that are not theirs, but it's being like, hey, one of the announcers said, hey, the honeymoon is over. Wade and Beth going back and forth on each other on commentary is pretty good. I'm enjoying the both of them. Um, Again, it would be nice if I recorded this right after I watched it. Sorry, guys. So this is a little long and rambling today. I talked about the toys, I talked about Raw, I talked about NXT. So I want to let you know I'm still watching. I'm still out there. I'm trying my best. I think next week's NXT has some bigger main events. Just maybe a little bit more to talk about. But that's the good thing about NXT. There'll be like a week with two big main events, and then a week where it's kind of low key, and give you a little time to be like, oh, cool. And they set up matches for the following week. Like they give you, I forgot what they were, but they give you reasons. So I appreciate the reasons, and I appreciate everyone out here listening. All the main official Bob Squad, and everyone's really the Bob Squad, but the two big charges, and then everybody else is the Bob Squad, the original members, and then onward and upward. I hope so. We can get this thing going. I gotta figure out actually. No offense to the listeners I do have. I do want to grow this thing a little bit, and I'm not a great marketing guy. So clearly I've been a little distracted with the new job, but hey guys, I try. It's going, yeah, it's going well enough to keep me employed. We'll put it that way. I'm trying, folks. All right. Stay out of trouble, do the things, say the stuff, jump off the walls, bounce off the ceiling, go bananas. It is what it is. I am what I am, and what I am at the end of the day, like it or not, win, lose, or draw, any way you slice it, just being the best Bob I can be on the hardest part of the ring.